If you are struggling to land paid UGC deals, you are likely missing out on simple, high-impact craft adjustments. I have spent years analyzing what separates successful creators from the rest, and it rarely comes down to pure raw talent. It is all about the subtle craft of presentation, which is why I am breaking down 7 practical tweaks that will elevate your content. These are not just theoretical ideas, but actionable fixes you can start applying to your video production starting today. The first major tweak is to tighten your script pacing so your delivery feels energetic and purposeful. You have a very narrow window to hook a viewer, so if your tempo is monotone or sluggish, they will scroll past instantly. Try to treat every single line of your dialogue like a mini hook that provides value or answers a problem immediately. Remember that a deodorant ad for Gen Z requires an entirely different, faster cadence than an ad for a reading glasses brand. Read your script out loud, multiple times, and aggressively trim any fluff that bores you, because if it bores you, it will bore the audience. The second tip is to change your camera framing frequently throughout the video to keep the human brain engaged. One static shot for 30 seconds is essentially the fastest way to kill your engagement metrics. You do not need a professional film crew. Simply reposition your tripod or use digital zooms to create variety between your shots. Aim for a mix of wide shots for context, medium shots for demonstration, and tight close-ups for the essential product details. If you struggle with manual editing, tools that automatically identify golden moments in your long-form footage are a total game changer. This saves you from spending hours scrubbing through 90 minutes of raw footage just to find a 10-second highlight. The third tip is to nail your hook, because if your first 3 seconds are weak, the rest of the video does not really matter. Avoid boring generic intros like saying hello to your viewers, and instead dive straight into a bold claim or a question. For example, lead with a specific benefit, such as how you solved a skin issue in 1 week with a specific product. When you compress your value proposition into a single, curiosity-inducing sentence, you are much more likely to keep them watching. Smart editing tools can help you surface these emotional peaks from your long-form content based on visual and audio cues. This allows you to test multiple different hooks to see which one resonates best with your specific audience. The fourth tip is to vary your framing position by changing your background or rotating your angle slightly. If you are doing a cooking demo, do not just stare at the pot. Show your face, then a top-down angle of the plate. Even subtle motion or a shift in the background pulls the viewer's eye back into the screen. Plan these perspective shifts during your shoot by leaving yourself clear visual cues on your script. The goal is to maintain the narrative flow without making the jump cuts feel jarring or uncomfortable to the viewer. The fifth tip is that captions are no longer optional, as millions of people watch content with the sound completely muted. Use captions to highlight your core message and leverage text overlays to emphasize pricing or specific benefits. Always proofread your auto-generated captions, because nothing makes a brand look less professional than sloppy typos. The sixth tip is to use native text styles that match the specific aesthetic of the platform you are posting on. TikTok and Instagram users have very different preferences for fonts and colors, and matching them makes your ad feel organic. If your font looks like a stiff corporate advertisement, it will get swiped past faster than you can say click through. Seek out editing platforms that offer native text exports so your content arrives ready to publish with the right vibe. The seventh tip is to ensure every video, no matter how short, has a clear beginning, middle, and end. Start with a problem, present your solution with proof, and finish with a very clear, actionable call to action. Viewers need to know exactly what to do next, whether that is visiting a link or following your account for more. Avoid being overly salesy, instead focus on being helpful and clear, which builds much more trust. If you want to scale your UGC, stop trying to do everything manually and look for tools that handle the repetitive tasks. Find a workflow where you batch record your long-form footage, then use automation to pull the clips and schedule them. This lets you keep your creative energy focused on the content, while the technology handles the grunt work. By implementing these 7 tweaks, you will immediately see a shift in the quality and the reception of your videos. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for future updates. Check the link in my description for the tool I personally use to automate my editing and scheduling workflow. Thanks for watching, good luck with your UGC journey, and I will catch you in the next one.